And we're back. Wash Up Walk-Ons podcast. Solo in the frame right now. Kevin said he's going to be here. I trust him. I believe Grant told me last week at some point that he was going to struggle to make the next couple of these just due to a work trip. So, what I need from you guys tonight, Jay already in the chat on the YouTube. Anybody in the chat, anybody commenting, please join along. These solo are, it's not going to be totally solo. I think Kevin will be here very shortly. But for the time being, these solo are, well, I feel comfortable doing it. I can talk about this game and where I was at after 3 weeks and a bunch of other stuff just fine. I'd rather answer any questions you guys have, talk about topics that you guys have. There's several big ones coming out of this Saturday. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great week. I think everybody is probably feeling a little bit better, a little bit more calm, back to baseline. Mark Gronowski steps back, second play of the game, lights one up, connects. And again, I don't know ball. I'm not an offensive guy, but on the replay, that route concept and the the line movement and the ball fake all looked very similar to the Petrus to Ragaini play against Penn State in 2021. I don't know if it was the same exact play. It looked very similar. Similarly open, too. Big catch. Sam Phillips played well. Seth Anderson played well. Anderson, the first guy with 2 receiving touchdowns in the first quarter for a Hawkeye football team since like 2002. It's been over 20 years. Aiden already trying to get me in the chat. Doc says, moving in the right direction. Congrats to 206 for KF. And I will get to that. Congrats to Coach. Huge achievement. Sort of, you hear the record that they're coming up on, or that he was coming up on. Yeah, he's going to break the record. Last couple of years, it's been a thing. He's been approaching it. He ties it. He breaks the record. Sort of a great game to have against UMass. I mean, you'd like him to break it against Iowa State or some other bigger opponent, I feel like. But it's a game where all of the graphics and the story base for the broadcast team, just they went and got every single picture of Coach Ferentz that they could find. Every little fact, tidbits from tons of players, the Iowa football account, the in-house stuff. They went and got a ton of testimonials and shout-outs from guys, put together a big cut up, tons of graphics. Really cool to see. A lot of pics that I've never seen, videos that I've never seen. What a feat, right? I don't think anybody's even close to him right now who's active. I saw the comments under the Facebook post. Somebody who didn't know much or is just being a troll said something like, "Well, Ryan Day and Franklin will pass him." And the guy who made the post, who said something like it's likely to never be beaten, was like, "Well, do you think like Ryan Day's 140 games in the Big Ten behind Coach Ferentz right now, and Coach Ferentz is still coaching? So is Ryan Day going to stay another 15 years past when KF retires? Who knows?" It is a wild stat, a wild record that won't go down, if at all, for a very, very long time. I think that looking back on, I guess I'll just talk to it. Kevin can say the words. Kevin, he'll get in here and he won't say much about it. He'll just congratulate him, which is fine. And it was, again, this was UMass, right? So how much did we really learn about the game? It was great. 47-7's fantastic. Would have liked another field goal. Would have hit a nice little bet from the FanDuel app. Shout out to FanDuel for sponsoring the podcast this year. I might be in trouble because Grant usually has the updated betting picks and records of the weekend. He's got all that on his computer, and I don't think I have him tonight. So we might have to pull up the pre-weekend picks and just kind of go through I don't think I had a very good weekend again. Almost positive. But I think it speaks to the way Coach Ferentz approaches coaching in general. You hear him in the post-game interview talk about how he said this in other places as well, his goal was, when he got into coaching, to just be a really good offensive line coach. Never even planned on being a head coach. The way he wanted to run his program when he did become a head coach was just run it like a really good high school program. And that makes me immediately think like Dowling Catholic, Cedar Rapids Xavier. I give shit to the private schools, but they've got a lot of things going right in those places. People that care, obviously a ton of resources. Recruiting. Oh, just a joke. But a really good high school program has a lot of buy-in. It has guys doing it for the right reasons. I think what he's speaking to there a lot is no one's in it for like the money or as much as the 70,000 in the stands is amazing. They're not doing it just to show off. They do it because they love football. And when you do it for the right reasons, it creates a really, really high floor. It brings in the right people. It attracts the right kind of staff, support staff. I mean, you could probably argue at this point that other staff around, Coach Ferentz has likely had some sort of impact on just the coaching staffs of other sports teams in Iowa City for the Hawks, right? He creates a solid base of a football program over the first 5 years of his career. It becomes what it is, not a nationally top 5, top 10 football school year in and year out, but a very respectable one that brightens the scene. Other people want to come in and be a Hawkeye, be a part of Iowa City. I mean, the impact that KF had just outside the football program, but it brings in the right people, obviously within the program. We've talked about this 100 times. It's on people's nerves. As Kevin joins the show, that when you bring in the right people, especially players, you get a lot of guys who want to do it the right way. They want to work hard, walk-on mentality kind of stuff, and that leads to good things. Eventually, it leads to 206. Kev, welcome to the show.
Good to be here, my friend. How are you?
I'm well.
You just been rolling solo here? No G-Bone tonight?
Yeah, I think G-Bone's got some he had like going on work. Yeah, he has. Actually, he's in Wisconsin, I think, right now. I just doxed him. He's in Wisconsin for a work trip, work-related something for like a week. So I don't know if we have him for tonight or this week, Wednesday. So you and me tonight. I was just kind of what'd you say?
These episodes are gonna be terrible.
Yeah, they're gonna be horrible
for the show.
I was just talking about, I was kind of rambling, going into my spiel of why I think the 206 is so impressive and why he was able to get there and just the kind of coach he is. But any thoughts on that?
Why it's impressive? Because no one else has done it before.
Well, yeah.
You have to prompt me a little bit. What do you go? Where are you?
Just there's a lot of great coaches out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Coach Ferentz isn't the only great football coach that's ever been, and not just in the Big Ten either. But now he stands at the top of that specific, wins as a Big Ten football coach. And I was just kind of going into, kind of the things that he talks about. He wanted to be a good O-line coach. That's all he wanted, right? He just wanted to run his program when he did become a head coach like a good high school program. And I think those really simple, sort of not too crazy, like lofty, showy goals of himself is what really built the foundation. And eventually, those two things really lead into, the right people, being a people program first, finding good people to be your players, and then work on the football stuff later. I think a lot of people get pissed where they're like, we could probably get more 5-stars if the staff was into the kinds of guys that 5-stars sometimes tend to be. It's like, yeah, maybe. But then what's the culture like in the locker room? It's probably not the same. There's certainly cultures around college football where they care a lot about, probably their NIL money first and what kind of car they all drive and, what kind of apartment or house they live in. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I also play football here. And that's what's paying for all of this. And if you're that kind of guy, you might make it onto the team. You might get recruited. You might be able to hide it as a transfer or somebody in high school who values those kind of things. But it's going to surface at some point because you're going to be exposed by the standard of culture within Iowa City. And I don't know. I think it's just, I think that it all comes back to that. And that's why Coach Ferentz kind of stands above at this point. And really cool to see him. I mean, obviously he was going to get emotional. Obviously we are going to get the KF tears. His face when he tries to hold it back is just so. And Coach Parker I was wondering if Coach Parker was going to cry in that
the little snippet that they let out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell he was getting a little emotional too.
Lauren asked me, "Did you ever see Coach Parker cry?" And I couldn't come up with the time, like the specific time. But I think we got it once in our career, and I don't know what it was for, but it feels like I got it once. But I don't remember. Have you? I mean, you were with him more than me.
Borderline.
Yeah.
Borderline.
Absolutely, Ellie. You can definitely get a Patreon shout out. Shout out to all the Patreon members. Actually got a note here. Michelle signed up last week. We get a lot of signups. Michelle specifically, I wrote her down, top member of the Patreon program. Welcome to the squad, the Walk On Army. If you guys are interested in joining or just checking out what the extra stuff is that we do around here, and really all the stuff that we do, merch discounts, Discord access, all this stuff, it's really just in addition to the donation to the kids. So up there in the corner, I guess right there above my shiny head, is join the Army link. And that is where we sort of mainline the growing donation to the Children's Hospital every single year. Some of you, again, new this season. We're 3 weeks in. We get a lot of new listeners every single year that pop in and see what's up. The Washed Up Walk-Ons, this operation that is just not professional at all. Somehow, Kev, we have managed to donate over $50,000 as of last December to the Children's Hospital over the 8 years of doing this. So you can hate us. You can dislike us. You can not vibe with what the walk-ons do, but hard to argue.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Would the children have preferred if we took all the kids down to Riverside, put that 50,000 on a number, and
like if we went in there
with 35-1 on 50,000, that's a lot.
Jeez. Yeah, it's like 1 point. Jeez. Oh, it's like 1.6 million.
175.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
And even if you lose, it would be an exciting 30 seconds while that ball is spinning.
Tell the kid, send an email. Send an email over the hospital. Hey, we want you to educate these guys on roulette. Just teach them roulette for a week. And then we're going to pop in. We're going to drive by with a bus. Everyone's going to hop in. We're going to go down south of Iowa City for 15 minutes. And we are going to have an exciting.
We have an exciting experience for the kids.
Imagine in a world where it hits. Oh my God.
Electric Factory.
We just donate straight like a 1.5 million to the kids. We get like a couple rooms named after us. We take like 200 for ourselves just to like make sure that the podcast can stay alive. And
who says no to that? Who says no to that, right?
Everybody in the comments are
But no, it has been awesome to be able to give back, and that's thanks to all the fans out there for supporting the Patreon, buying the merch, and to our sponsors. Thank you.
I mean, you could hit some of those 35-1s, 40-1s, maybe bigger if you're just dabbling around in that FanDuel app.
What's your go-to number if you got to go to a roulette table? What do What do you got?
My go-to number is probably 7.
Okay.
7. So 97 came from I was 7 in high school. I don't know what or where I got 7, but I was always 7. So, yeah.
I like
there's no 97 on a roulette table. So
you can do the 9 and the 7.
I could do the 9 and the 7. The red 20, or is it a black 26? Is it red 26?
Black 26.
Black 26.
I also like the black 24. Now,
Oh.
Kinnick, thank you for your service. May you rest in peace.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Legend.
He is a legend. Absolutely. We're not going to get into that.
I mean, yeah, he's got a statue. If you got a statue, you're a legend.
And Kirk's going to have a statue.
Where are they going to put his statue? So Evashevsky has a street named after him. Fry has a street named after him. Where is there a type of street that begins with F?
Ferentz. I don't think there's an F.
No.
I mean, it's just Fry Way, isn't it?
Yeah. Where's it going to be, do you think?
Ferentz Boulevard.
Do we rename
There's going to be several things named after him. He deserves something. Isn't it wild to get paid
do
Fry?
you redo Melrose? Does Melrose become Ferentz?
No, I don't think you'd do Melrose.
No.
But something close, maybe. Maybe you could. Ferentz Ave. There'd be a lot of haters that would just, those guys who think we should have booted him a long time ago, pushed him out a while ago, that would hate to pull up on Ferentz Ave every Saturday, still trying to support the Hawks.
If we could have gotten it done versus the Clones the last 2 years, we probably could have just renamed I-80.
Ooh. Well, I don't know if you can rename a.
You can do whatever we want.
Well, isn't 80 and that's like
it's a federal highway, but who cares?
It's like a federal. Yeah, I think that's a federal thing.
You just keep changing the street signs, right? Are they going to really spend money on changing them back if we just keep changing them to it? So.
Yeah, I don't know. Crazy stuff. Emotional. I actually went to bed I didn't stick around and watch the whole thing. I knew that I'd get to catch it this morning afterwards. And I my mom texted me at one point. It was like, your dad's probably out there listening to this, like crying, tearing up. And I was like, yeah, I didn't feel like getting emotional because I probably would. Thought it was really cool. And this popped in my head when I saw it. I'll share the screen here. This is from Owen Sebring on Twitter, just to give the shout out. The guy has never sworn before.
That's a pretty good.
And as long as I'm here, we'll be doing the swarm. That was a Coach Fry, deal, and what it stands for, I think, is a big part of the program. So it means a lot to any of us that have been involved, and I've never been in the swarm. So I made history tonight for myself, personal history. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool,
dude.
That was a pretty sweet gesture. I'm not gonna lie.
And I thought back and I was like, there was never really, I guess, a great reason to like grab him and put him in the middle. And he's always very like, hey, I'm not about that. This obviously is like a big, huge milestone. I don't know if we ever had a milestone that he hit like that.
Our last game, our senior year bowl game, he tied Hayden Fry.
Okay.
If we didn't drop our pants versus Purdue, we probably would have beaten Hayden Fry that year. But that would have been like one that would be worthy of it, I guess. But no, that was pretty cool. Those guys.
When I see and this, if you guys rewatch that, the smile on his face, I think that's something he maybe has thought about.
It reminded me of like when we do kids gays and we do the kids cap when we swarm out with them. It's kind of like almost like the same look on our face, right?
Yeah.
He's like a kid captain, like getting to run with the football players.
It looked like he was so thrilled to be included. Like that's something he's going to remember forever. And he deserves it. And yeah. Doc says, name the water tower after him. Just put his face up there next to the Tiger Hawk on the water tower that provides Overwatch to Kinnick. That would be
the high school yearbook photo.
Yes, with the mullet. Yeah, that would be great. Coach Parker underrated. And Coach Ferentz would tell you the same thing. Coach Parker underrated in that 27-year run that he's had.
Is he underrated? I feel like yes, he's awesome, but I feel like Hawkeye community
he's probably
fully appreciates how good of a coach Coach Parker is.
He's probably properly
how huge of a chess piece that he's been for Ferentz in this program.
Yeah, and KF would say the same thing. And we got a nice shot of Coach Parker popping a little. They got him as he was replacing his pouch the other night, a little Alps pouch.
I don't think this is the first time he's ever been caught doing
No, he's it's pretty obvious. This guy said, "Man of the people."
Oh, Phil's a G, that's for sure.
They have those guys have to stay up so much, and they have to be keyed in all the time. I'm pretty sure they just send out the GAs or the interns or whoever's available, and they're just like, go buy logs, and just drop them off at each of our desks because we need something to stay awake. We need stimulants.
Say this or not, but yeah, I'm gonna refrain from.
I thought we were gonna get something fun, but it's good to leave them on a cliffhanger. It's always fun. If you need substances, you could take your ass to Big Grove Brewery.
Found myself there on Saturday night. That's where I enjoyed watching the game.
Really?
Yeah.
You were part of the official watch party location of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
I was out there in the community amongst the people,
shaking babies, kissing hands.
That was the order that we were going with, and drinking some beers while we were doing it.
What'd you have?
I had a Schwartz beer, and then I also had an Oktoberfest.
Oh yes, big. That's coming up.
Yep. I do enjoy a good Oktoberfest.
Kinley's been asking. I don't know why she's so obsessed. It's not like me and Lauren are not Halloween people at all. For like a month now. Like I'm talking. It might have been closer to July, like end of July. Kinley has just been asking for Halloween and pumpkin patches. I want to go to the pumpkin patch, Daddy. I'll wake up. And the first thing,
taken her yet? And then the pumpkin patches are open. It's the middle of September.
I understand. And we went to an apple farm, kind of half, pumpkin patch last weekend. But she's like, she will wake up. It's 6:30 in the morning. We're trying to get her up to, take her to daycare school, get things going. And the first thing she says, rolls over, eyes are barely open. I want to go. I want to go to Halloween. I want Halloween. What? Halloween's not for 2 months, dude.
But she can tell that it's been a while. And
yeah.
We're about due for Halloween now.
And the other thing is they're so smart, man.
I guess the stores started putting out the stuff. Like if you ever take a grocery shopping, like this.
Commercials on TV. There's this spot out in our driveway where we painted a pumpkin last year, and the paint is still there. There's like still a little bit of remnants from it. And she sees it every day, and she remembers that's where we painted the pumpkin. And she just knows it's been a long ass time since we did it. And we feel like we need to do it again. So yeah, we're holding that off. But Oktoberfest big, you can grab that at Big Grove. My wife, Friday afternoon, a little happy hour after school, ended up at Big Grove in Des Moines location. She was over there and she goes, I had a margarita. It was so smooth and delicious, tasty.
Oh yeah, don't sleep on their cocktails. They're a brewery, but they know how to make whatever you want.
Big Grove is doing some shit. And she said there was about 1 million pretzels ordered. Big.
Oh yeah, definitely got a brewer's board, some pretzels,
yeah,
some sausage, some sauerkraut, those little pickles, cornchinos or something like that. Big fan of those. So
the Big Grove's doing it all. It's hard to argue. We could sell you on it. We could tell you about the product. It just go experience it for yourself. Shout out to them for sponsoring the show this week or this year. And okay, let's move on. Let's talk about. Had a couple things for Grant, so I got to skip a few things on here. Let's just get to the game. There was some good, there was some bad. There was some good, some bad. A lot of people coming to us for the bad because it's on the special teams. What a wild day for the special teams, by the way.
Wow.
I mean, there was about as good as you can have, and still some really, really bad.
Yeah. It's crazy that you can have a touchdown scored on special teams and it overall still be a net negative day for your special teams.
Outside of Wetjen, we got issues. And
I mean, you think about it, we missed a field goal, should make field goal.
100% should make that field goal.
Point, obviously.
Got to make the extra point.
Punt blocks, then we had the touchdown. So basically negated the touchdowns. We lost 4 points on special teams.
Problems with the snaps. I mentioned something about it and I want to clarify something a little bit about what I said on the punt block. But there's just a lot of leaks, a lot of little things that can be fixed.
It's concerning though that you're seeing in week 3.
Why are they showing up? Why are we not
against an inferior opponent?
It's hard for me or Kevin, to sort of describe the mentality and the culture of that room that Coach Wallace and Coach Woods had instilled. It was a room where if you walk into a lot of schools around the country, you're going to go into those special teams meetings and it's we got to get through this meeting and then we get to the defensive meeting, or we got to get through this special teams meeting. I'll pay attention halfway and then we'll get to our position meetings, right? Not the case. Coach Wallace would stand outside that room and yell people down in the hallway, "Wake up, Rugamba! Wake up! Special teams!"
It's like 10 minutes before the meeting started. People are walking towards the meeting. He's like, "Let's go. We got to get going." It's like
6:45 in the morning. And if you were in that front chair, there was an expectation. There was a feeling of, I can't let these... Of what? Tight butthole. A little bit. Yeah, you were on edge. Every guy in the front of that room fought to be there. Occasionally, there would be a starter that would show up in the front of that thing. Most of those guys who sat in the front of that room, meaning the 11 starters would sit across the 11 front seats of the room, they would eventually become starters. Gervas, go down the list, Kerner, all these guys played special teams. That's where you make your name in Iowa. It was a privilege. You did not want to let your other guys down, and you understood that you could absolutely change games and win games because of that phase of the game. And it just doesn't quite it doesn't seem like some of the mistakes that are being made would happen if that was the same feeling in that room right now. And I don't know why it wouldn't be, because we still have the same coaches in there. And I know that they're doing the same stuff. So I don't know if it's a lack of leadership from the players who are playing 4 phases of special teams or who are big special teams contributors. I don't know if it's just a coincidence. At this point, it doesn't feel like it after 3 weeks that we're having this many mistakes. We're seeing it from veteran guys. Stevens should not be missing that field goal. I'd have to go back and look how much of it was on the snap. We had 2 PAT field goal snaps who are being that job is being currently held by a transfer who hasn't been here very long, and he's putting them on the ground, and the laces are not even close. So that doesn't help a kicker. It doesn't help a holder or a kicker.
I mean, did he just lose basically the Groza of this game? Because he was definitely going to be a candidate for it.
Yeah, yeah. If you look at the candidates
who PAT and a missed, was it 28-yarder or whatever it was?
If he gets the amount of looks, because a big part of the Groza is you got to be kicking 2 to 3 a game, basically.
Been doing that, yeah.
Right, sure. If it were to play out that way for the rest of the season, he just bangs every single one through, which I would not put my money on in the FanDuel app at this point. Yeah, missing a 28-yarder, a 30-yarder, and a PAT. That's hard to argue with when the other guys probably aren't going to have a missed PAT, and their misses are going to be in the 40 to 50 range or more. So, yeah, that's tough. Do you want to tell me what you saw on the blocked punt?
Didn't see much because I came back and saw the replay, and I was just like, what the fuck just happened? So
I should have pulled it up to see if we could
not get to view this game in very surgical, analytical fashion. I was drinking beers and at a restaurant, so
that's fair.
It's going to be a whole lot of I feel like, and I kind of saw this. And
so I'm going to tell you what I saw.
Not going to be great analysis out of me tonight.
The strong side of the core all had a simple down block. You know, they're stepping inside towards the snapper, and they got to get there, and they got to get hands on.
Was it? Tell me this. Was a man? Was like the 3 core guys are taking the 3 nearest to the snapper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and somebody just misses or
just not strong enough hands, didn't get him off their line, and he
beat him inside,
ran right off the hip of the solo shield guy who already had a guy that he was
responsible
for. It was blocked by a mile. I mean, it wasn't even.
Oh yeah. I that's the part I saw. Is basically
they basically ran the guy in between the guard and our long snapper straight up the gut.
Like, I mean, it looked like it almost hit him in the face. Like,
he blocked it with like his armpits.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to call the kid out in a negative way because I know that this is never gonna happen again. And I want to actually commend his effort because he's the one who chased the ball down. Eventually, the guy who recovered it and got the tackle to prevent them from just turning it into a block for a touchdown. But
I mean, that's how you know you like right away. You know you fucked up because your ass should actually be 10 to 15 yards down.
Yeah. Indicator number 1 was he turned around and looked.
He knew right away. Yep.
And it was Montgomery, who's I believe a backup linebacker. He just didn't get enough on him. Just an effort thing. I don't know if he didn't think he needed to.
Well, I mean, we were taught like you got to cross his face. Like if you cross his face, there's no way he's going to get there. He's either going to have to fight through you, he's not going to get there, or he's got to pause, and then he's not going to get there. If the snapper and punter are timing it up right, you're fine.
And that guy had a horrible day. Yeah, and that guy had a horrible day today in the film room. I mean, just probably maybe the worst day.
That you feel awfully small when you fuck up like that on special teams.
It's bad.
Yeah.
From a snapping perspective that it really is that simple on the block punt. Like we got to get a guy that pushes the guy off his course more and we'll be fine. There was no funny scheme. We might've been outmanned, but we're often outmanned by one and we block it in a way that he can't get there. The free man can't get there. We got to just do better. We weren't tricked. We just got to do better. On the snapping stuff, I hope that Drew Stevens is off because of the long snapping, and it's not something that's also messed up in his head because we can't have 2 guys on the unit in their mind playing games. The long snapper has some issues right now. He's already snapping the ball without the laces, so he's figured what that means is he's figured out that he is most consistent giving better laces to the holder when he snaps it without them, which isn't the easiest thing to do. The laces are on a ball for a reason, and that's because that's where you put your hand. So that's tough. That could be a reason. I don't know if he's nervous. I don't know what's going on. He needs to get the ball up.
Just get it to the holder.
He just got you. It's 8 yards, brother. I don't have a lot of. I mean, you've done it a million times. You just got to go out there and do it. Now, on the other side of things, we were a little harsh, rightfully so, on Kaden Wetjen. Probably had the worst game of potentially his football life last week against Iowa State. And boy, did that man came back with a revenge game. He saw red. And Kevin, I don't know why they kept kicking it to him. What are they doing?
Well, I mean, on that touchdown, classic out kicking your coverage. Especially because they have like a pro style punt. So basically they only had 2 gunners going down the field. Got decent blocking on them and
59-yard punt.
Yeah, he's picking up the ball with 20 yards of space, 15 yards of space to the nearest defender, and the rest of the guys are being held up because pro style punts a little bit more difficult to get out.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he just
Wetjen caught that thing, turned around back to the rest of the field on the 5-yard line.
Yep.
Like, I'll be honest, if it's not UMass, I would say fairly ill-advised. Like,
you can't. You should probably pick that ball up because it almost went out of bounds, right?
it was close. It was he coffin cornered him. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you can't let that ball go out of bounds there.
I guess.
So yeah, the play there is definitely to field the ball, in my opinion.
If you have that much space,
you're also not sure that 100% sure it's going to go into the.
You're right. You're right. It just, I mean, he catches it facing the end zone and then just goes.
Also, like he nuked it, right? You know that you're going to have time before the guys get down there.
And he just went Sonic the Hedgehog, like nobody was touching him. Breaks the ribbon on the finish of the 95-yard return. He ties like the longest Kinnick return for touchdown, punt return for touchdown in history.
That had to feel good.
184 return yards, a 20-yard touchdown run on a reverse, and I think he caught a ball too. He had like 230 all-purpose yards. I mean, just went berserk.
I think that beat our average offensive yards that we had last year.
It did, which is where we're going to go next. What haven't we talked about? We don't have Hamburg's coming up. We're not going to – they're coming up in a week here. Grays. I got somebody that reached out to me about Grays. They literally tweeted to me today. Like, hey, took the walk-ons and Tyler Kluver's recommendation, got Grays, and the chicken lips are 10 out of 10.
Hell yeah, brother.
10 out of 10. It's really easy to talk about our sponsors, talk about the people that we're working with, because you just have to go and try their stuff.
We don't pick winners to work with, man.
Yeah, it's you just try their stuff. It'll sell itself. Please go check out our friends Kim. They're last week when you weren't available and Drake popped in for the preview.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing Drake's wedding in Arizona.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, well, that answers another question for me. It's like, was Drake going to have like an actual formal wedding or not? You know, it's like, we weren't so sure.
There is the other half to him, which is, if Drake did it,
the other half being Kaylee.
Right. And when, better half works in many ways there. If it was up to Drake, he'd probably just do it in the octagon. And
at his gym.
Yeah, and his coach would just officiate.
Yeah, for sure.
And none of us would know what happened. So Grays, I mean, they're unbelievable people.
That's gonna be awesome. I mean, it's gonna be
insane.
I mean, I guess if the venue has like a little kitchen, a bunch of wedding venues have like a little kitchen that caterers can use. So yeah, that makes sense. They'd be able to do that. That'd be awesome. I can't wait now.
Yeah, so it's just
I was questionable if I was going to go. Well, I'll go now.
Yeah, okay. All right. If Pete and Kim are there and they got the chicken lips there or anything else that they prepare.
I'm just here for the chicken lips.
Yeah, we're here for the lips. So go check out Grays. Unbelievable people. And then Eagle Point Solar back on this year again, or back on for this next month. Urgent, sort of time-sensitive stuff. I actually made a little video with some of the projects that they've done with one of the radio reads that they sent me. So Eagle Point Solar, taking care of all your energy needs. You can catch a little bit of them right here.
Rising utility rates combined with a residential solar tax credit ending this year make this the perfect time to go solar with Eagle Point Solar. Start their process now to secure your savings and lock in affordable energy stability. Your wallet will thank you when it's time to pay the electric bill each month. Visit EaglePointSolar.com to request a solar analysis estimate today and join the energy revolution. Consult your tax advisor. Not all clients are eligible for the federal investment tax credit.
Whoever they hired has a much better voice than me. And if you guys are watching on the YouTube, the amount of projects, if you go to their project page, EaglePointSolar.com, you can go through the residential, the commercial, the agriculture sort of setups that they've put together. If you're going to do solar energy and you want to save a little bit on your energy bill, that is the company to do it with, and they know what they're doing. They're certified in all the right stuff. It's like turnkey. They do it all, and reach out to them, and they can give you a little estimate on if you are able to save money. If you're not, hey, it never hurts to check. Eagle Point Solar, shout out to them for the next month. CT on YouTube. 10-8 round. You are now husband and wife. That is exactly how Drake would like it to happen. Let's talk a little Hawks. We got off the special team stuff. Wrapping up the special team stuff. If that stuff doesn't get fixed, it's gonna fuck us.
Have to win in that phase. We can't win ball games and lose special teams.
Well, there's not a lot of UMasses left on the schedule.
There are 0 UMasses left on the schedule,
unfortunately. And we got a short week. As much as they want to celebrate the 206 and the win, and they're back on the right track, the 24-hour rule did not apply here. They were on to Rutgers immediately, and that's not going to be a walk in the park. The Scarlet Knights put up 60 this weekend as well on Norfolk State or whoever they played. So
Mike Vick's team.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So Gronowski proved that we can throw the ball.
He does know how to throw it.
And it looks good. It looks good when we have time and guys are open. Good to see guys open.
Wide open.
Wide open.
There's a lot of wide open.
I mean, how excited. I understand the sentiment. People sit here and think that I'm like totally okay with watching us just throw for 63 yards a game. I, like everybody else, would love to see us just torch people and make football look easy. It was awesome when we opened the game with, there's a little play fake, and Mark Gronowski's looking really far down there. Bomb, completion.
Yeah.
Next play, Kev. Another little RPO read. A little space. Let me fit that in there for a touchdown.
Not an RPO.
Or just a play fake.
Play action, yeah.
3 plays. Hawks are up 7-0.
It's not the normal 3-play drive to open up a game.
I'm not sure we ever did that. I can't remember. Did we ever score in 3? I'm sure we had to have.
Have we ever taken the opening kickoff back?
Oof.
I don't think there's any chance that Indiana 2015, I think.
Akram?
It was like, I don't know if it was.
I think
it might have been the first set of downs. I'm not sure if it was the first play, second play, or third play. But
I think you're right. I think Akram housed one, like a little flat pass or something. Or was it just a run? I don't know.
I don't remember. I just remember him housing one. It was like within 3 plays of the game.
Yeah. Jay says no slow mesh. Didn't need it. Didn't need the slow mesh. A lot of other stuff that's in this playbook that we talked about last week. Kevin wasn't here, but Drake and myself and Grant talked about how this needed to be a game where we opened this stuff up. We had to get right. You had to find a little rhythm. I think more than just the big shot downfield, and we took I don't know how many other big ones we took, but what was fun to see was we still threw some of those, 0 to 10 yard out routes. We dabbled a little bit in the 12 to 20 range. Or, the 10 to 20 range. And then we had several that were more than 20 yards. And being able to attack each level of the defense is really, really important. Kevin could probably tell you about that. It makes the defense have to.
The whole field.
Yeah, you got to respect the entire playbook, and you have to cover the whole field. You can't just in the back of your mind say, well, we're good on this huge part of the game. We'll just zero in on.
Yeah, so I don't know if you watched any of that Cowboys-Giants game today.
I watched 0 NFL today.
Okay. Well,
Giants. Oh, no,
Russell
Cowboys
Wilson was torching.
Were they?
The Cowboys secondary today. But, a lot of deep balls. And so, these guys were getting ran by. They got some dudes, right?
Sure.
Malik Neighbor, kind of a dude.
Every team's got dudes in the league.
Yeah. But it opens up the underneath passing game so much because, you got guys bailing out a little bit more versus sitting on the out routes or sitting on the break, whatever. It just makes life a whole lot easier when you're in the rest of your passing game if your opponent is fearful or at least respecting the deep route.
100%. And I think the other thing that was nice to see was I think Mark took another step. I think he took a decent step in the Iowa State game of making, at least putting some of those real crazy concerns away of like, okay, is his shoulder still injured? Like,
how to throw, yeah.
Does he know how to throw the ball? Can
Yeah,
he throw a
no,
spiral?
he throws a nice ball when he's got time and
Sure,
in rhythm too. It's definitely a rhythm thing. It feels like
100%. He took another step in that sense. Hit some guys in stride. Had a couple plays where, like, several people have come up to me and they're like, or DM'd us and said, hey, could we just hit one of those in flow 3-step drop, drive off and it's there's no hesitation. Bang. You look at the receiver, he's open. It's an out route, 8 yards. And we did that a couple times. And
I mean, that's all dependent on your read progression too.
Sure.
But if your first read's there, sure, great. It's nice. It's easy. 1, 2, 3, bang.
Well, we don't do it.
You gotta move to the second, third.
We don't do it a lot though, Kev. We don't hit that first read very often. I mean, it's been bleak. So it's good to see that. We ran a little wrinkle. Obviously, the Wetjen rushing touchdown was like a reverse thing. There was a delayed screen in there where we brought it back across the field, and several times where it's like, man, if we could get these stallions up and running and just give us a little more space. I love what Jazz is doing. I think Jazz is my favorite player on the team. Kid runs hard.
He's got a little bit of spark to him, huh?
Just something about him when he's in the game and he gets the ball. It just feels good, man. I think the guys love him. I am so, in this day and age, I'm so respectful, or I respect so much that he has stuck around when he hasn't necessarily been the one. Right? Caleb has his year last year. Moulton, the Xavier Williams kid, all these guys, like, oh yeah, these are the guys. Jazz Patterson just sticking around. Offense goes for a total of 430-ish, somewhere around there. We're super balanced. We had like 230 passing yards. Should have been up over 250. One of the other concerns outside of the special teams, maybe the only other concern, is we're dropping balls.
Can't do it.
I don't know why. And we're dropping some balls that are right there that Kevin and I could catch. It's not even like a go make a play thing. So, I mean, we're looking at Gronowski is over 200 himself. Hank Brown, which, again, you're in garbage time against UMass, but the poise and sort of what Hank brings to the table is impressive.
It's comforting to know you got somebody, should the worst happen, you're QB1, right? Versus what we pulled out a couple of years ago.
Dude. And I think they feel even more comfortable behind Hank on this depth chart more than they used to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I think that, again, would make you as an offensive coordinator feel a little bit better about running the quarterback,
Sure.
Versus if, like, hey, we got nobody behind the QB1. We have to keep this guy safe at all costs. Like,
yeah.
We got to kind of rip that stuff out of the playbook.
And speaking of, Mark gets a decent little run touchdown at the end of the first half.
Yeah, if we're gonna have a successful Big Ten slate, I think his legs are gonna be a big part of it.
He probably has to run it upwards of 10 times a game.
I wouldn't say 10. I mean, maybe if you're including scrambles, but
yeah, I would say including scrambles, like pulling
like half a dozen, sure. Yeah.
Because that's just another dimension that we have to take advantage of. But yeah, man, it's good to see. And Hank throws a clean ball. He threw a ball out to who did he throw it to for the touchdown? Was it Seth again? No, was it Kate? I don't know. He threw a ball that was like in stride out in front of him, dime, the kind of throw that we've been looking for a long time. And he provides. I know we're not looking ahead to next year. We're just trying to win one game at a time. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. But that guy's got like 2 or 3 years of eligibility left. I think 2 years of eligibility. So that feels good. What do we learn? I don't know. it's UMass. I think this team, Providence Catholic, might have been able to put up a fight against these guys. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I was talking to my brother this weekend, and I don't know how we didn't run for like 400 yards a game my junior year, his senior year, because we had my brother, another guy who walked out at Western Michigan, a guy who played, I don't know where he started his career, but he finished his last year at Oregon.
Jeez.
And then two other guys who were over 6'3", 300 pounds. So I don't know. Providence Catholic might have been able to hang with these guys.
Might have been able to put up some running yards. I say that because I think Nebraska has some big 4-star recruit, and Providence Catholic played against him this past weekend. I believe so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Carmel Catholic?
Carmel Mundelein. Yeah. The Celtics won, of course.
Of course. Sure, of course. Yeah.
Naturally.
So, 400 plus yards offense, haven't done that a lot. Passing game opened up, took some shots that a lot of people wanted to see, attacked each level of the defense. Receivers got a lot of guys involved. Again, still need to catch the ball. And when we're getting Sue asks here on the YouTube, what's with the drop balls? Even if it's not I can't even tell you. I was 1 for 1 in my career. I can't tell you.
It's mental.
It is. There's
focus. It's
they might. I don't know if they're seeing ghosts or if they're just they're trying to turn up field before they've got it in their hands. You see NFL guys do the same thing. It's not. You're never going to be 100%, but man, it's too many at this point. When our passing game is already on the edge of hey, we got to have all the ones that are gimmies. But good stuff. Defense plays. I think at one point they had no yards. It was going to be halftime, and they were going to have no yards, 0. I think we ended up giving up
119 they ended up with, yeah.
So we'll take that.
0 for 10 on 3rd down, 0 for 2 on 4th down.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take that. Defense is playing well. Carson Shire he's all over the place. Our corners playing well. Safeties, the secondary seems to be playing well, and we got a lot more pressure. Again, I know UMass, but we got a lot more pressure on the D-line this game from the D-line. Llewellyn had his. Graves was working early. Hurt they were all getting home.
It's a game you should eat in.
You got to eat.
You got to eat in this game.
So we made up.
I'm curious. Grant was talking about the guy who does a review after every UMass game on TikTok. Oh. Do we have that loaded up somewhere? I'd love to see it.
We don't, but maybe we could pull it for later this week because I'm sure that had to be a tough one. Oh, man.
Well, I mean, UMass has been
they've won 3 games.
Unfortunate program for
a
decade. Ever since, I don't know when they moved up from FCS, but it has not gone well for them. But honestly, I love that there's somebody out there that does that.
It's so funny.
Just for the love of the game.
Guy loves ball, right? He's a UMass fan. He's going to have a tough life. So that's really all I got to say about the game. It in one sense, I think, it is UMass, right? But also we played Albany. And there was a lot of things that we were would have liked to see. And then we saw them here, so we can't be mad about it. Rutgers is going to be a step up. 100%, a few steps up. And then again, the real test when I think, and at this point, there's no time left. You're halfway through the season, but the real test is when we get Indiana at home in 2 weeks. That's going to be
you're in the meat of your schedule now. And I said before the season that Iowa State's going to be a measuring stick, and Indiana will be too.
Yeah.
How we show up versus these next 2 weeks, real indicator of how the rest of the season's going to go.
Yeah, if we're able to take care of Indiana, and we don't look completely horrible in the passing game, and we can control a little bit time possession. I will say one thing: we got to create turnovers. We got to start creating some turnovers. I know a lot of those come to you, but That's a big way that Iowa wins football games as well. We just haven't had the amount of interceptions or fumble recoveries that we normally do.
That comes with pressure in the passing game.
Sure, right. But Indiana will be a barometer. That'll be hey, we're now either 4-1, hopefully, if we beat Rutgers, or 3-2. And they're a team that's probably not as good as Rutgers or as Penn State, as Oregon, as USC, as probably Nebraska. Like, that's going to be we have to beat Indiana if this season's going to be anything, realistically.
Interesting. Illinois, Indiana this week. Illinois goes to Indiana. Short drive, 2 hours.
Yeah, weekend trip.
I'm surprised to see Indiana -4.5 in this game.
Wow, that's the line.
That's what I'm seeing.
That's what you're seeing in the Blue app? In that FanDuel Sportsbook?
Yeah.
Wow. -4.5. That will be very interesting.
That might be, I mean, Illinois is probably going to be a dog that the public bets on, but sneak peek, we're looking at that line throughout the week. So
yeah, that might be a little
tuned on Wednesday.
Yeah. FanDuel, keep it loaded because that might be something to look at. I did see this comment on YouTube did you guys catch the UMass quarterback doing the bow and arrow celebration after his first pass completion when it was 40-7?
Honestly,
it was an awesome pass, man. The pass he made was pretty crispy. I can't even hate.
I did not see that, and honestly, I respect it. Like
he's just letting it fly, man. It was a really good pass. That quarterback that they brought in was actually like he was kind of he was interesting.
Like if you're doing that and it's like for some reason it feels like it's like 17-0 at the end of the game and then you do it, then that feels weird. But it's like like you're getting your ass kicked and you pull it out. I kind of respect it.
There's a threshold of like, hey, we're not winning this game, so let me have some fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's about it. We don't know how much we learned. I do think that internally they probably feel a lot better. I think clearly the outside feels a lot better. And there's going to be a lot less bitching and moaning over the course of a week. There's going to be a lot less people calling the Swarm Collective. Shout out to them sponsoring the show the next few months. Brad's not going to be getting the calls this week. Hey, we got to get new guys. We need new guys. Swarm. There's quite the dynamic going on. They've got this flight funds that they introduced like in the middle of the summer or something. The Swarm is still a thing. The rev share has now become an active component of how things are being really interested to get Brad on, but Brad and the Swarm are still kicking. They still are a leg of the NIL equation at the University of Iowa. And I don't have to tell you guys, the more money and every little dollar helps, right? I used Jazz as the situation last podcast. You could probably name 5 or 10 guys on this roster that we were able to keep around. Unfortunately, you have to recruit your own guys now, which is just it's such bullshit, but you have to do it. And the way that you do that for guys that aren't going to be your $1 million men is, hey, is there an extra 20,000 laying around that you can shell out to a guy to make him feel a little bit more comfortable? Let him get a steak dinner at Joseph's once in a while, And if they're
or an apple pie shake at number 2.
Ooh. You could take it to any of our partners. Great. Extra chicken lips. Probably don't want to spend it on Easy Eddies, but so
at $20,000, they'll buy you some solar panels.
Oh yeah. I don't know if a college kid needs solar panels on the apartment that he's renting, but hey, he could just take that $20,000 and put it right into the FanDuel app.
I don't know. Maybe take those solar panels, you build a little data center, you start mining some cryptocurrency. I don't know. I don't know what these college kids are up to these days.
I don't either. Stuff. Michelle jumps in and says, not to go off topic, but just joined after putting the baby down. Has anyone checked on Grant today? Oh, no. Did the Broncos lose?
The Broncos lost.
Oh, no. They were up when I checked.
They were up like most of the game. And
oh, no.
I did not see the final part of the game, but I did see that they lost. And they also didn't throw the ball to Cortland Sutton, which is very mean of them to do to me.
Oh, he's on your team?
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, shout out to the Swarm. Swarm Collective. They've got 2 arms. Brad will explain more when he comes on. He'll give the whole spiel, but we're going to have him on soon. Shout out to all the sponsors. There's not much more to say. I hope everybody else feels better at least, the nerves are calm for a week. Friday night game, some would say a trap game. It's that short week. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 7 p.m., which really, for a guy trying to watch, that hurts the bedtime, 2 kids.
Not a huge fan of these Friday night games.
I don't love it. KF hates them. It is what it is. We got to go into Piscataway. Is that the spot? God, and we got to take care of business. Can't look ahead to Indiana. Got to get another one on the board. Make yourself 3-1, and then we'll worry about the Hoosiers on the 27th. That's all we got. Thank you guys for joining us tonight and all season. We'll be back. Obviously, we got the 5-10-5 show this week with Lima. And that'll be on the Patreon podcast. Grant and I will not be doing a taglines this week because he is gone on the work trip. And then we will preview that Rutgers game on Wednesday Night Live once again. Thanks for joining.